lantern's light. In the heart of a secluded village, surrounded by dense woods and shrouded in perpetual mist, Emma, a young historian, arrived with a burning curiosity about the village's dark history. The village was infamous for its mysterious disappearances and unexplained phenomena. Her research led her to Thomas, a local resident who had lost his brother in the woods years ago. Eager to uncover the truth, Emma listened intently as Thomas recounted his brother's story and offered to help her in her quest. Their first destination was the village archives, a dusty room filled with old maps and yellowing documents. Among them, Emma discovered an old map marking the location of a long-abandoned cabin deep in the woods. Intrigued and somewhat apprehensive, Emma and Thomas decided to investigate, hoping to find clues about the village's sinister past. The journey to the cabin was fraught with unease. The mist seemed to thicken as they ventured deeper into the woods, the trees towering ominously above them. The air was cold, and every snap of a twig or rustle of leaves set their nerves on edge. When they finally found the cabin, it was a crumbling ruin, almost swallowed by the forest. Inside, they searched meticulously until Emma uncovered a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards. There, nestled in the dirt, lay an old lantern. Its brass surface was tarnished, and a strange, almost malevolent energy seemed to emanate from it. As they stood staring at their discovery, old Mrs. Cartwright, the village elder, appeared at the doorway. Her eyes, deep with the weight of untold secrets, fixed on the lantern. "That lantern is cursed," she warned, her voice a raspy whisper. She told them the tale of a grieving widow who, after her family was murdered, had cursed the lantern. It was said to reveal places of impending doom, exposing the darkest truths hidden within the village. Ignoring the elder's warning, Emma lit the lantern. Its light flickered to life, casting long, ghostly shadows across the cabin walls. The lantern's glow was eerie, almost hypnotic, and it drew them outside. It led them through the woods, illuminating paths and ruins long forgotten. At each site, they witnessed ghostly reenactments of past horrors, betrayal, and unspeakable grief. The lantern's light intensified, pulling them deeper into the woods. They stumbled upon a clearing where the ground was unnaturally disturbed. As they dug through the earth, they unearthed a mass grave. Among the bones and decayed remnants, Thomas found the remains of his brother. The grief and horror of the discovery nearly overwhelmed him. The spirit of the widow materialized before them, her spectral form shimmering in the lantern's light. She revealed the village's dark history. The founding families had committed horrific murders to seize control of the land, burying their victims in unmarked graves to hide their crimes. The lantern was her only means to expose the truth and seek justice for her family and the other victims. The villagers, drawn by the commotion, gathered at the clearing. As the lantern's curse began to affect everyone, the air grew thick with a palpable dread. Emma and Thomas realized they had to act quickly. They needed to break the curse and bring peace to the lost souls. Searching through the ruins of the cabin once more, they found an old diary belonging to the widow. It detailed a ritual to set the spirits free. The steps were intricate and perilous, but Emma and Thomas were determined. Under the widow's watchful gaze, they performed the ritual, their voices steady despite the fear gripping their hearts. As the final incantation was spoken, the lantern's light blazed brightly, then slowly dimmed until it was extinguished. The spirits, including the widow and her family, were released, their forms dissolving into the mist. The air grew still, and a sense of peace settled over the clearing. In the aftermath, Emma documented the true history of the village, ensuring that the stories of the victims were remembered. Thomas, though still grieving, found a measure of closure with his brother's death. The village, no longer under the lantern's curse, began to heal. The mist gradually lifted, and for the first time in years, sunlight pierced through the trees, heralding a new beginning for the villagers. The lantern, now nothing more than a cold, empty relic, was buried deep in the forest, its dark power extinguished forever. And the village, once shrouded in darkness and fear, slowly came back to life, its past horrors finally laid to rest.